Here's the Hauptbahnhof looking across the Limmat River. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I looked it up, but I can't remember whether it's Limmat or Limmat. Always a lot of trams running by. We're about to take a ride on the world's shortest funicular, we think. Got here just at the right time. It is steep.
Oh my God! Ow!
Go around a curve.
Oh.
Ich habe auch Becher. Können nachher, wenn wir da sind, können wir es auch aufmachen, oder?
This will be about it. Goes up to the university.
Nee, jetzt müssen wir schon mal oben. Also umsteigen. In eine andere. In eine normale wieder.
Nice stained glass. Part of the University of Zurich, where Albert Einstein went to college. One of the things we discovered in reading up about Zurich before we went there was that Albert Einstein went to college here, and you can go see his locker. He went to the Zurich Polytechnic Institute, and let the Google lady pronounce it correctly.
Eidgenössische Technische Hochschule.
Easy for her to say. Anyway, that's where he went for undergrad, and he graduated at age 21 in 1900. And then he left, and then he came back and got his doctorate at Zurich University right next door. So here's the main building of the technical university. And the way we got there was to take this short little funicular ride from down near the river up a steep incline up to the campus up above. And where it is right near the Hauptbahnhof, which is the main train station of Zurich. And then the University of Zurich and the Technical Institute are right next to this. Just go across the river and then you take the funicular up the hill. And there's a Limmat River. I kept debating whether to call it Limmat or Limmat, but it's Limmat. And you find the entrance to the Polybahn right in amongst other storefronts across the street that runs along the river. And you take a short ride up to the university. Really nice area to come and look out over the city. I mean, look at this. Chandelier or crown type lights. It's not too crowded too. Fortunately. It's a great vantage point to see Zurich. It just has a few scattered taller buildings around, but mostly it's low so that the church steeples stick out. And you can just see the tip of Lake Zurich. Good place to use a telephoto here. Let's just look back over towards Lake Zurich. And that's some of the church steeples here.
Der Turm mit dem Runden, ja. Und rechts die Kille.
Ja, die
Und
groß
zwischen, die grosse, ja. Und zwischen, ein bisschen weiter hinten, sind ja noch
Das ist die, die am nächsten ist. Darum ist sie am grössten. Darum ist sie so mega, mega groß. Die Grüne, das ist der...
Ja.
It's a planetarium. It's right near where we're staying. I was wondering how there would be one in the downtown area, but it sticks up from the old town.
You can see that from your...
I was just pointing out that there's people on the roof here. And we're going to watch the funicular go down. Since 1899. And there it goes. There's a tram line that comes up here too. We're going to go see Einstein's locker, which is on the 5th floor of this main building. Here's the inside of the main building here, which, as you might expect, is exceptional, just like the outside. They have galleries here. Let me just grab a map of the campus. So when you get up to the 5th floor of the Technical Institute, you walk down hallways towards the back of the building and you find his locker. There aren't exactly signs pointing to this, but you see other people walking in this direction, and then you see some people that are already standing there looking at the locker, so you know that's where you want to go. And it's in a active university building. It reminded me of when I was in college. This is on a Sunday and students are studying, and that reminded me of my education. You didn't take the weekends off. So here are some of the students studying nearby, and you don't want to disturb them. And I didn't want to make a big scene by filming and everything, so I just took pictures and am narrating it now. And on the blackboard by where they're studying, they even have like E equals MC squared. And for anybody who wants to ask, they probably get asked all the time, where is Einstein's locker? And they wrote down the answer on the left side of the stairs. So this is what the locker looks like when it's closed along a line of lockers. And I don't know whether they're still used, because if they are, and you have the locker right next to Einstein's locker, you have to constantly put up with people wanting to take a look at Einstein's locker. But if these are the original ones from the early 1900s, they're in great shape. Anyway, you can open the locker and they have pictures inside, and you can read about Einstein. It's interesting. So it has a little desk in there, and the drawers open, and you can pull them out and read more about Einstein. So you soak it all in. It's pretty quick, but you want to see everything while you're there. And they have pictures of him when he was a young boy with his mother and his sister. And they have interesting facts about him. And I found these facts that they talk about him interesting in particular. He wasn't supposed to smoke a pipe. His doctors told him not to, but he always did. He felt like it helped him think, be smoking on a pipe while he was thinking. And so there's always pictures of him with his pipe, and he would smoke it while thinking, working, and even bathing. So maybe he was thinking while he was in the bathtub. And then another interesting thing about him was that he wrote a lot of letters, and they have more than 14,000 letters from him to relatives, colleagues, and artists, which survive. And those are just the letters that survive. So, man, that's a lot of letters. It took a lot of time to write all those. He was an avid reader, as you might think, ever since he was a small child. And then later on, some of the works that influenced him were Cervantes' Don Quixote, Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov, and works by David Hume, such as A Treatise of Human Nature. And the other thing about him was that he liked to play the violin, and reportedly he was very good at it. So here's a picture of him playing the violin. I just wanted to insert that here. I think it's an endearing picture. He's reading the music. He especially liked Mozart. And I've paired these two pictures that were in the locker together. The one on the left is him and his first wife, who he met in college. They were both students in the program. And then the picture on the right, which I had showed previously, is him as a young boy with his mom and his sister. And what gets me is his first wife looks a lot like his mom. Just saying. They later divorced, and he wound up marrying his first cousin. So as I mentioned, you can pull out the drawers and read more about him. And this interesting little factoid is that Einstein never liked to wear socks. And that included when he went to the White House once and met with President Harding. He wasn't wearing socks. It was his little secret. So that was interesting. I think it was worthwhile going to visit Einstein's locker at the Federal Institute of Technology. My wife got on this train and I just missed getting on. The doors close automatically, so at least I get to film it going down. So it's on a single track up here, and then it splits into two tracks. And another one will be coming up. They are only 3 to 4 minutes apart, so I won't have to wait long until the next train comes. So it's not a cog railroad. It's a cable. There's an open air thing on the top, and then on the bottom, if you want to stand in the front, you have to stand. There's seats, but if you want to be right in the front, you gotta stand. And if you take the Polybahn up here, which is pretty close to the Hauptbahnhof train station, there's a great place to have a picnic up here. Just gotta take this short ride up the hill. Okay, away we go. We'll film the whole ride down because it won't take long. I'm glad we're not on the same track. if you need a coffee at the end of this, there's a Starbucks right there below. There's some of the trams right nearby. And that's all there is to it. And we'll just inch the last couple of seconds.
Een beetje tussendoor, de steegjes.
Ik zou nou